Hey, what's up? I'm Chris. I'm the Long Box Punk, and I'm here to give you, indie comic lover and viewer, a brand new indie comic review. Now, this one, admittedly, isn't a brand new to me comic. I received it physically in the mail a little bit ago. It's called Greg. See right there, Greg? This is issue 0. It is the most anticipated story that you have never heard of until now. Ooh, it's shiny. It's hand numbered. How cool is that? The Delivery Room Massacre. You want to see more? I know you do. Here's this comic is just a perfect example of why I love indie comics, because you can tell stories that are outside of the ordinary or expected stories. This story specifically is about a baby named Greg who is so insanely beautiful that he causes anybody who gazes upon his face to spontaneously combust and die in orgasmic violence. It's a whole lot of fun. You want to see some pages? I know you do. We've got right up front, warning, following content is dangerous and for mature readers only. Nice little handy thank you page here as well. And it starts just, adorably, like the cute little hearts and the prologue. We have a handwritten story from a mother to her son, to her unborn baby, which I think is a really cool way to start this. And then we get into it. We've created, written, inked arts, all of the things by Duke Electric. My thanks to Duke Electric for sending this to me, by the way, because this is a very unique comic that I'm going to cherish. Super stoked to have it. It's a really fun story. I like the uniqueness of the arts. You can tell here, I mean, it's setting, it's got an atypical page layout, which I really enjoy. I think I've mentioned it several times, maybe ad nauseum at this point, but I don't like typical 12 panel symmetrical page layouts every single time. I actually prefer asymmetrical looks like this. It gives a unique feel. It lets it read differently. I'm not going to go too much further, but the baby is born and the massacre begins. The way that the doctor here and then the subsequent nurses and hospital staff perish because of gazing upon Greg are all so over the top and violent that it's a whole lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. It's a really great intro chapter. It sets up this story, I think, very, very well. I'm looking forward to seeing Greg issue number 1. I want to know the story that continues. Let me go back and hide this and get back there as a secondary. So the first story, the primary story, is the one where the baby is born. And that's why it's called the Delivery Room Massacre. And then there's a second backup story, which we've jumped forward in time. Now Greg has grown up, masked for everybody else's safety, and he is fighting off some jabronis in a wrestling ring. How cool is that? You can see the ropes down here, and he's climbing up the turnbuckles, but they've got weapons and stuff. And I love pro wrestling, especially when it shows up in comics, especially when there's someone unique like Greg behind it all. And again, I'm not going to go super much further, but I love the dangerously good looking. Is there anything more to life than being really, really ridiculously good looking? I love Zoolander. Anyway, Greg is a super fun comic. If you want to get in on the Greg comic goodness, let me see where the best way to do that. Here you go. We'll show this. Got this thank you page. You can screenshot this and go to that QR code so that you can keep up with all things Greg comic. There's also one other thing that where did it go? Where did it go? I thought I was ready, man. Then this happens, and now I'm here with an egg on my face. You can go follow Greg. It is online. I think it's at Greg Comic. I will make sure that it is posted in the description below because it's just, I can't find it now with all of the awesome story and artwork that I'm trying not to get sucked back into. But I love, like, there's classifieds in the back of the book. There are newspaper clippings in the back of the story. And yeah, there we go. There we go. I knew I'd find it. Maybe it took so long. Oh, well, thanks for hanging out. Ah, it's behind my free. There we go. So up here, at Greg Comic Official is where you keep up with Greg Comic. Greg will return in issue 1, Legendary Nights. And I hope it's more of Greg in pro wrestling. Anyway, my thanks again to Duke Electric for sending me this super rad comic with all sorts of awesomeness happening. The foil cover, the hand numbered, the ashcan edition. We've got the back page here. Again, there's the QR code. There it is. Super stoked. This is the fun of indie comics right here. This comic right here. So thank you again to Duke Electric for sending me, Greg. My apologies for the delay in getting this posted. I thought I posted it like right after you sent it to me because I read it right away. And then apparently I realized as I was planning forward that I hadn't posted this. So I wanted to get this one up immediately. So here it is. I hope you check out at Greg Comic Official to keep up with all things Greg coming at you soon. And that's going to be it for this indie comic review. Now go do what's good for you, punks, and read some indie comics because they're good for you. Bye.